And I was talking to a lot of other streamers about it, and they couldn't understand it. They were like, well, I don't really get it. Like, it's just like one award. It's like a VTuber and stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to explain. I'm like, look, man, like, these people, they get made fun of all the fucking time for existing. So I sympathize and I understand why they would get upset about this. Like, you know, it's kind of tough. Anyway, I'm saying you know a lot. But if there's any proof to you that I think Twitter is absolutely fucking useless as a source of discourse or discussion, this was my favorite tweet. I'll keep talking about this, by the way. This guy, okay, so this Ryusaki made this amazing artwork for me, a mouse. Loved it. I retweeted it. And they tweeted back and they said, sadly, as great as they are, we all know they only won because Connor is friends with the judges. No shade at him, the organizers are just incredibly biased to their friends. And I said, pass me what you're smoking. You know, and I think this is a totally a valid criticism, except I didn't fucking win! I didn't win! What are you talking about? Why? This is Twitter in a nutshell. It's people trying to like make a point from they're like, well, I as an expert understand this, and this is why you're wrong. And it's like, you're not even factually a crumb close to reality. What are you talking about? So, yeah, you know, whatever. And I wasn't gonna hop in on any of this, but then I got fucking annoyed because I saw this tweet that I thought was pretty disgusting. And like, it was hella gross. And I even debated even bringing that fucking up. But I fucking tweeted it, so I'm just gonna. This person tweeted this. He said, I'll dare to say it, if Ironmouse wasn't seriously ill, she'd be an average flesh streamer and hate VTubers. The only reason she is one is because her life circumstances forced her to be. How else should I interpret her choosing to spit on the medium whenever possible? And for some reason, a lot of VTuber fans took Mouse's just being gracious as a kind of support, saying, yeah, man, this guy's the future of VTubing. He's gonna fucking take over the medium. Everything we love should be burned to the ground. It's like, dude, brother, what? And obviously I tweeted because I read this tweet and I was like in awe because I read it and I was like, wow, the fucking gall to tweet something like this. I never reply to these fucking low quality bait tweets because that's what they are. They're just bait tweets because they want fucking AdSense. I feel like I don't think I have to believe as a human being to a human being that these genuine thoughts didn't cross this person's mind and they just want $10 of AdSense. I have to believe that because otherwise I lose all faith in humanity. And again, if I see low quality bait like this again, I'm not going to reply. I don't reply because I think giving them any amount of attention is the bad thing. But I replied to it because I was pissed off. And dude, it's so frustrating. I hate it. And again, I'm going to be the #1 mouse glazer defender here, extraordinaire. You can call me that, it doesn't offend me. I hate it so much because I feel like when people say this, like, oh, Mouse is only popular because of her disease or whatever, it's like, dude, if you ever watch Mouse stuff, Mouse never wants to talk about this stuff. It is extremely ableist of you to think that a disabled person would use their disability to get further ahead in life when it's like, I don't think anyone asks to be disabled. Like, I don't think people, like they're disabled. They already have less chances in life right off beat, and then they succeed, and now it's because of their disability? I'm sorry, disabled people never allowed to succeed? What are you talking about? It's crazy! This is what happens when you let your own lack of success or trying or inability to do anything with your own life, you let that, you warp your own sense of your worldview into thinking that somebody else only got ahead of you because, or they succeeded because they had X thing that you don't have. It's insane. When it's like, I mean, look, if you watch Mouse, you see someone who's extremely talented. Mouse is, like, I don't think anyone would argue, an insane singer, spends so much time on outfits, streaming 16 hours a day. Mouse works hard, man. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Look, I think it's a psychotic worldview to view that way. I think it's gross, man. It's gross to view it like that. And of course, like, I think if this person would never have the gall to say this to a person in real life. Like, this is insane. Like, imagine actually sitting in front of someone who's disabled and telling them, hey, by the way, you only succeeded because of your disability. They'd be like, what? What are you talking about? It's in spite of that. Sorry, forgetting. It's so nasty. And it's just like, I've generally had a horrible, like, mentality towards being online the past year. Like, I do not like being online. Like, I like the streams, I like doing the videos, I like playing games, But the moment I log on Twitter, I'm like, this place is a cesspit. I don't know why I keep doing it to myself. It should be classified as self-harm, but I keep going on there and I hate it. It's very frustrating. I had a structure that I wanted to talk about here today, but and there's a lot of aspects to this discussion that we could go on about. And like the overall fact of like, do I think Peanut or whatever should have even been nominated? I think at the end of the day, it's a popularity contest, and that was what was voted most popular. A lot of these people will cry online about this and that, but when push comes to shove, a lot of the time they won't fucking vote. And if you voted, you know, maybe it was different. A lot of these tweets where people are getting angry and upset about it have like 10 million impressions. Like in this total space, there's so many millions of impressions, and where were those votes, man? It's easy enough to cry about it after the fact, but fucking if you care so much about it, vote. But you don't care, so don't make the fucking tweets farming it. And you know, it's crazy. And look, I'm like super fucking, I'm normie adjacent. I hang out with a lot of streamers who don't know VTuber, don't understand it, and there are a lot of times that I have to sit there and explain.
Of being nice to someone doesn't equal you supporting what they say.
Yeah,
my job serve old customers who believe in traditional beliefs doesn't mean being nice to them means I agree with them. It costs nothing to be nice.
True. I think Mouse's tweet was very gracious, right? I think Mouse was just trying to be gracious and trying to be like, hey, a lot of this Discord is dumb. And I think a lot of people took that as like blanket support, like Peanut's my goat. And it's like, I think if there was a really big discussion about it, I'm sure Mouse or whatever the fuck would be like, yeah, look, it's an award show, popularity wins. You can't get mad about that. Doesn't mean I necessarily agree with every single aspect of someone's beliefs or politics or anything. It's just like, it's people using the lack of common sense to further their own agenda and further arguments and stuff. And people act like it's like the death of VTubing or the death of the VTuber space. It's so fucking pathetic and ridiculous. I'm you know, been a part of the anime space for like 15 years now, and people have always been crying about, man, anime's getting ruined by normies. It's like, brother, what are you talking about? You're deep on hentai forums. No normies are going there, you know? Come on. Like, what are you talking about? And I look, anime has changed, at least in the Western market, right? When people say like anime has changed a lot, it's like if you ask a Japanese person who's like 50 years old, has been reading fucking One Piece since he was like 15, or not 15, that's ridiculous. I don't know exactly when One Piece started. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anime's changed. No, the vibe of it's changed. It's become more popular. And yeah, of course it fucking sucks that when I was in school, I got bullied for it. And now it's fucking cool. And if you don't watch it in school, you're cringe for not knowing the Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Like, yeah, sure, it sucks, but I'm also just kind of pumped that it's more widely accepted, that I can go and watch Chainsaw Man in the theaters. That wasn't a possibility when I got into anime. It does suck. And ultimately, even if you know, people call me names or whatever because I like certain things. Like, man, look, on Trash Taste, we've done like 2 episodes where we review hentai. Even amongst anime fans, a lot of anime fans think hentai is weird. I spoke to one of the biggest anime creators on TikTok. They're like, the whole thing is anime. And I asked them, I said like, hey, do you watch hentai? Like, I asked him seriously. And he was like, he looked at me in disgust. He was like, what? No, I don't watch hentai. I was like, well, I do. Like, that shit's fire, dude. There's some good shit out there. And I was like, damn, these creators, they're not deep. They're not deep like I was. Damn. But I don't care, because look, I still get hentai. Like, I still get made. I don't give a fuck. I can go talk to people who like it. Like,